Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. All of my books are available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, twin flame, romance, general readings, life path, and purpose. You can book that at my website, michellefondinauthor.com. And guess what? Until Monday, November 29th, 2021, for Black Friday, I'm running 2 promo codes for the Twin Flame Divine Feminine Bootcamp 1 and 2. The promo codes are below, as well as the links to register for those boot camps. Welcome to Twin Flame Guidance, where I help guide you through your twin flame journey. Or at least I try to guide you. Let's see how it works. Today we are talking about releasing your exes. 3 steps to release those exes for good. Now, here's the thing. We are entering into a period, if you're watching this video when I posted it in November of 2021, we are entering into a period where Venus, the planet of love, romance, is stationed to move retrograde, where it will be retrograde, I believe it's in Capricorn, for 6 whole weeks. But the period of pre-retrograde, retrograde, and station will last for 4 months total, or until March 4th of 2022. Maybe I'll just post a little vlog video a little bit more about this Venus retrograde, but in a way, it's called like ghosts of girlfriends, boyfriends past, or ghosts of lovers past, because typically during this period of time, which only happens once every 18 months, the ghosts of the past come back to haunt you. So in this video, we're really going to explore 3 steps to release your ex for good. Now, the first step, of course, is something we talk a lot about on this channel. And the step 1 is really forgiveness. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean you are pardoning bad behavior. There may have been some really horrible, terrible behavior in the relationship with your ex or exes, plural. You know, we're talking about anything normal to the spectrum of abuse, right? And so anything along that spectrum, something may have happened. There may have been cheating. There may have been emotional abuse. There may have been ghosting, blocking, arguments, drinking, addictions, whatever the case may be. There may have been many things that caused the breakup of the relationship. Now, forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is about clearing your heart, clearing the way, clearing the heart space and the head space so that you can move forward. And so forgiveness obviously is for the forgiver. It does not matter if you talk to the person from your past or not. Forgiveness comes from within. And there's an old adage, and I don't even know who said this, but I first heard Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer, who is now passed on to the next realm, or maybe he's back. I don't know. Maybe he reincarnated. But he really was one of my first gurus, one of my favorite gurus. And he said, like, if it's revenge you seek, or if it's lack of forgiveness that you seek, you better dig 2 graves, one for you and one for the person that you are not forgiving. Because that forgiveness that harbors negativity, hate, anger, frustration, ill will toward the other person. So you really need to forgive the other person so that you can move on. And you need to forgive yourself in the part that you had in that relationship that caused the breakup, that caused the disharmony, because there's always a role that you play in that too. So, and you know, that goes for everyone. It takes 2 to tango, right? In any case, in any relationship, it takes 2. So it doesn't matter if you were a victim, if you will, because of extremely bad behavior or maybe even criminal behavior, but it does take 2 people to form a relationship, and it takes 2 people to have troubles and problems in a relationship. So Forgiveness is the key, the number one key. Now, once you have forgiven, and really forgiven, and I don't mean like I forgive, I mean it comes from a cellular level. It comes from that place in your heart where truly, once you've forgiven, you start to feel liberated. You feel that liberation from inside of you, from that relationship. Now, the second key I posted on either last week or the week before, but I will post the link to that video here. And I believe the title was Gratitude for Bad Relationships. And the second key, which I posted on very recently, so after this video, go ahead and view that video. But it explains the principle of gratitude for the bad relationships, for the broken up relationships, even if they weren't bad per se, but it's for the relationships that are no longer with you. So it's gratitude for your exes, all of your exes, not just the last ex, not just the last two exes, but every single ex-romantic partner that you have had gratitude. And again, I explained that in the other video, so I'm not going to go into detail on that. But number 3 is really what we're focusing on here. And I promised in the last video on gratitude for bad relationships that I would give you this third and final key. It's a key to releasing your exes. This is a key that I did not know about until 2019. I did not know about that key at all. I'm going to tell you a little story about that key that I learned, and I actually learned it from a video from a spiritual person on YouTube. He's not just on YouTube, he's also an author. But he was a person I was listening to a lot at the time, at the beginning of my twin flame journey. My sister actually found this person. His name is Matt Kahn. I don't know if he still produces videos. He used to do a lot of live events pre-COVID, but he had this video, and for the life of me, I don't know which video. I really don't. I would post it or give you the link if I knew. I have no idea where I heard this. It was in one of his videos, one of the many videos that he has posted. I think he's been on YouTube, or he's posted his seminars on YouTube probably for the last 12 or 13 years, probably since the genesis of YouTube. So honestly, I don't remember which one it was, but I will teach you the principle here. And the principle, so I'll give you the principle, then I'm going to give you the backstory to the principle. So the principle is, after forgiveness, after gratitude for your exes, the third principle, now he applied it to your enemies, like anybody who you would consider to be an enemy. Now your exes might not be an enemy, but some exes might be considered to kind of be an enemy to you. If there was a lot of hurt, pain, sorrow, disharmony, dysfunction, you might consider that one or more of your exes were really like your enemies by the time you got done with that relationship. So anybody that doesn't jive with you now, the third principle is to, from the bottom of your heart, to wish for them more than you would wish for yourself. But from the bottom of your heart, meaning like it has to come from the most authentic and genuine and heartfelt place. So for example, if you want a happy, harmonious, soul-connected relationship for your exes, your enemies, you must wish them from the bottom of your heart to have exactly the same thing or more, so that all of their heart's desires are fulfilled. And it comes from that place. It comes from that place of heartfelt compassion, empathy, unconditional love. And I will tell you right now, that is a very, very, very hard thing to do. Forgiveness is hard enough as it is. Gratitude for those relationships where you have an ex, really hard to do. Like really heartfelt gratitude for the lessons, for the time spent, for that relationship, for where you were in your life, for where that person was in their life. But moving it over to, I wish that person everything that I desire and more. Like from the most heartfelt place, that takes the cake. That takes the cake. That is the hardest thing to want for your enemies. It is the hardest thing to want for your exes because we don't place ourselves necessarily in that space of wishing everything the best, the good, the premium for somebody we are no longer in relationship with. It's not human nature to want to do that. It's human nature to want to go, I hope they get hit by a car and die, right? Or something along those lines. Or maybe like, I hope karma bites them in the butt for what they did to me. But it's not human nature to say, I want better for them than I want for myself. So here is the story. It was springtime of 2019. I was not in a relationship per se with my twin flame. In fact, it was days after I told my twin flame that I loved him and got furiously rejected. I mean, rejected, meaning cold as ice rejected. And I was feeling very vulnerable at the time. I was feeling extremely vulnerable at the time. A few days after that event of being rejected, my love being rejected, I was at an event with my twin flame and somebody, a person, a woman figure who I would consider to be my enemy at the time. And this person who I considered to be my enemy at the time proceeded throughout that event on flirting with my twin flame with everything that she had. And while my twin flame was probably not very comfortable with this situation, he was leaning into it. He was playing into it. So they were taking selfies together, they were giving hugs, and I had to watch the entire thing in dismay after my twin flame really rejected me. I went home after that event that night and I found that video by Matt Kahn because I just happened to watch one of his videos every day for a few months. And I came to the part where he explained that in order to reach the highest states of enlightenment, you need to want more for your enemies than you want for yourself from the most heartfelt place. And I've got Luna biting my feet. Sorry about that. And I went into this meditative space after hearing that. Really, I truly did. I didn't want to, but I went into the most heartfelt, and I'm like, tears are coming to my eyes now thinking about this moment. And I wrote it down because I'll tell you what happened after that. I went to this heartfelt place within myself. And I thought about this woman who was my sworn enemy at the time. And I thought about the evening. And I thought about what had transpired during that time. And I went through this exercise. And I said to her in this prayer, this meditation, that I wished her more than I could ever hope for. And that if her heart's desire was to be with my twin flame, then I wished that for her. And I said the same thing to my twin flame in this prayer meditation. I said, if your heart's desire is to be with this person, then I wish it for you. And at that point, I broke down in this crying that would not stop. Now, it was pretty common at those times because I was really going through like a 9-month cycle of dark night of the soul. So, nothing unusual there, but I felt this like sorrow. I had to mourn this loss because I wished upon my enemy the greatest luck, the greatest wishes that she could fulfill her heart's desires. And it was at that point of that release where I wished for her something even better than I wanted for myself, that the angels came to speak to me, and they actually told me to write. Now, at that time, I had never had that experience where the angels were like, stop what you're doing right now and write. And it was at that point that I began to write this channeled message from my angels, which revealed the nature, the true nature, even though I knew, but it revealed the true nature of my twin flame connection. It revealed that my twin flame was mine, truly, and not this other person's. That my twin flame and I were destined to be together, and that there were no other people on planet Earth who were destined to be with him or with me. Like, it was just he and I. And the message was emphatic. The message was in a language that I don't write in. It was a very strange turner of phrases. There was also a message where it basically, heaven was saying that his eyes would be opened. And that message was repeated so many times about the fact that his eyes would be opened and that God was patient, but that he would ensure that my twin flame's eyes would be opened to this connection. And I'm telling you this because once I completed that third step, now granted, this is for one isolated incident, right? This is not for all of my exes, but this is for one isolated incident. But when I completed that third step of wishing more for my ex, wishing more for my enemy than I could ever wish for myself, it was at that point that heaven opened up. So you see that the third step will release you. The third step will set you free. And so if you're having trouble releasing any of your exes, like any of your exes, from the time of your first love, your first crush, your first kiss until now, I guarantee you that if you move through these 3 steps in a very genuine manner, you will be so free that it's just an amazing amount of freedom that you've never experienced before. So I hope this was helpful, Twin Flame. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other Twin Flames, and thank you so much for your support of my YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can join a boot camp or meditation course. You can also join our group coaching. The link is below. And I will see you in the next video.